So we have Harry River with us today.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. I'm back to shoot some more shenanigans.
Indeed.
You've been in the industry relatively short space of time. When did you start, mate?
Started about uh, almost 2 years now.
Okay, 2 years, and you've done a lot of work in that time, right?
It's gradually built up and it was very slow to start with. It take months between trying to contact someone and get a shoot. But as I've get to know more people and made more shoots and people get familiar with my name and comfortable with me, it's starting to build up. And it's still slow sometimes, but yeah, it's starting to get better.
Excellent, because I guess the increased amount of sort of collaboration style shoots presents sort of like more opportunities out there, particularly with people who recognise the value of the contrast porn, whether it be interracial or age contrast.
That's right, yeah. I think there's a number of factors there. As you say, the contrast is good. People can actually see that actually done work and it does look good. And I often get comments on my Twitter saying, we actually like the porn a lot, it's very natural and there's a sense of emotional involvement. It's not simply someone doing a job. So I think all those things are adding up and yeah,
Yeah,
just improving things slowly.
yeah, not wanting to reduce it to purely sort of commercial status, but from a producer's point of view, I'm happy to say your content sells very well. You're a sort of a, a, a reliable performer who hits numbers. So that obviously that's good for you, but it's also good for producers because you do your own stuff plus you do paid shoots as well, presumably.
That's right, yeah. I've done a paid shoot for mature.nl and I've done private paid shoots as well. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know how much it cost them to do it, but they chose me for that, and that's actually quite flattering.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's a business, and if your content moves, then you're a viable option always. Because good guys are occasionally quite thin on the ground, reliability wise and performance wise, etc. So it's always good to meet someone who ticks all the boxes. So what was your very first ever shoot, and how did it come about?
Very first shoot was with Rebecca Smith, and that came about. It was I had guidance from a lot of people saying, "Look, you're new. No one knows that you can perform, and you you need to find someone that will shoot with someone who's unknown, and you'll probably have to pay for the shoot." I thought, if that's the way in, then fine. And I spoke to Rebecca about it, and she said, "Yeah, that's fine. We can shoot, and you can use it as content, no problem." And it went really well. She's a lovely person. She's a
Yes, she
great
is. It's
performer.
great.
Uh, and the content, that was the first content I put on my at my OnlyFans. Well, the first boy girl content. I
Okay.
put some solo videos on.
Yeah.
That's another thing that some people seem to like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, guys who have OnlyFans profiles tend to sort of attract, some fantastic attention from the gay community. Presumably, that's that makes up some of your subscriber base.
It does, yes. What surprised me was that they didn't want to see gay content. None of them said, "We want to see you with another guy." It was all, "We just love seeing you." And even if you're with a woman or by yourself, that's great. It's just seeing the person, the body, the personality. They're actually quite comfortable with that.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And why wouldn't they be? Good porn is good porn, really, isn't it? So, what advice, if any, would you hand out to somebody you meet on set starting out right now? What would be the advice you'd give them?
The advice I'd give someone on set is, first of all, try to relax. Try to think of it as less about your filming the event and more about your having fun at the event. And it just so happens it's being filmed. So to relax and just feel comfortable, that means you can now make an emotional contact with the other people involved and probably perform better as well.
Yeah.
And what I was trying to do also is stay hydrated because it's it is hard work. You do sweat a lot, so take plenty of fluids to try and stay in good shape.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, it's important, especially on days like today when it's 30 degrees.
Oh, yes.
So originally, where are you from? How are you British born and bred, or you know, because obviously you have sort of Asian looks,
Yeah,
skin color.
I'm originally from North India.
Okay, cool.
I came over when I was 5 years old,
Wow.
so I've spent a long time here.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of my life has been here. I think you can tell by the accent and the mannerisms and the culture that's
Do you ever
diffused
get
through.
back to the, you know, to the place of birth?
I have been a few times,
Okay.
and it's nice to visit now and then. Um, but if I go to India, I prefer to go touring around, seeing new places, rather than just focus on the place of birth. Because
Yeah.
the place of birth, when I was born, it was quite small and not very industrialized. Now it's part of a massive city and it's kind of bordering on a slum area. So it's
Mm.
not very tempting now.
Brilliant. So when you're not working, and I know there is times when you're not working, a few, what is it you get up to? What's your pleasures?
I do like reading science fiction and fantasy books,
Okay.
and also watching those kind of films. I love Netflix because they offer films and series you don't get on regular TV or regular channels, and some I like the quirky ones. For instance, there was one called Sprung we watched recently, which is set in COVID times. And it's about a group of people that were released from prison in America because of COVID, wanted to cut numbers back, and just how they managed.
Is it a documentary or
It's a comedy.
oh, okay.
It's hilarious because they're quite disparate. They're the sort of people that wouldn't get on normally, but
Yeah.
they have to.
So check that one out. I mean, I very rarely get a chance, but when I do, I tend to flick through until I find something good. There's always something there, right?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing about Netflix is sometimes there's too much choice, and he's flicking through, going, "Oh, I'd like to watch that. Well, what's that other one?" And they spend half an hour just.
I always go by recommendations, like the one you've just made. I'll go find that now and see what
You'll
it's
like
like.
that one.
Yeah, we'll do. So if somebody wants to go check out your content and buy it all, and where's the best place for them to look right now?
The best place is my OnlyFans, so that's Harry River, all one word. The next best place would be ManyVids, again,
Yeah,
Harry River, all one word.
yeah,
And then I also have some stuff on adult work. Not as the movies aren't as big as the ones on OnlyFans. I think that's the best place because all the content's there. You pay the monthly fee and see it all.
great.
So
Okay,
yeah,
well, I
adult
mean,
work again, Harry River.
okay, well, I'm going to put your Twitter handle up in the top corner right now, and I advise people very strongly to go follow you if they're not already, and check out your content because it's great. And thank you so much for doing this. It's always a real pleasure to have you at the studio. You're part of the family now, and thanks for coming in and doing this for us, mate.
Thank you very much.